Ladies and gentlemen, I officially have no idea what I'm doing when it comes to live streaming. So, yeah, I've spent the last hour or so just trying to fine tune the fine audio that comes through to your ears and not give you an ear sore. Anyway, gotta get back into it because this project is like taking me so long. Time to get some back pain. Unconsciously, of course. I'm actually going to pop the music on because that's what it's all about. You guys can't see my VLC, which is not bad if you can, but just go to media library and we'll play some. Not that one. Not that one. How's about? I think I played Synth last time I streamed. We could probably go into this. This isn't too bad, is it, chat? What is this? This probably isn't the right vibes for this. I'm just going to bring my voice levels down as well because it looks like I'm peaking. I think the total overall output I'll be peaking for sure. So I'm just trying to fine tune that now. It's actually extremely loud in my ears locally. But hope this rave music is okay for you guys. It's just the electronic dance music playlist from Harris Keller. I think it is. I actually should look him up right now because I keep forgetting his name. Close that. Okay. My internet is slowing down for some reason. Harris Heller. I'm sure as heck it's Harris Heller. Yeah, Senpai Gaming, Harris Heller. Shoutouts to you. All credits to this guy. I believe he's the owner of these jams, so I'm not sure. But yeah, they are carried on his website, so he must be the licensor. No idea what's going on down here. Oops, I'm trying to grab a handle. That's no good. Okay, this is some crazy tunes. Remind me not to go hard with these tunes next time. I cannot even hear myself speaking in these headphones because it's so loud. the good old days when you could use the e-reader on these cards. I never actually got a chance to do that on the Game Boy Advance. Hopefully someone could enlighten me. Or I could just check out a YouTube video or something. This is like a good theme song for Pepe the Frog. Just saying. Wop, wop, wop. It's cool, guys. Now you can go full screen and watch this while seeing chat, but I can't see chat. I have to look on my other monitor. That overlay is not on the screen I'm looking on. I'm just going to drop some text on the bottom of the screen that warns my YouTube viewers about the delay. Insert or add a text. GDI. Call this YouTube chat. Delay. Warning. Significant delay between when I around 20 seconds, I think it is. Uppercase, lowercase, whatever. Nope. That's good enough. Arial is fine. Cool. And then we can shrink this down. I don't know why it's so massive. Hello, YouTube. Oh. Just going down here on the black bar. That literally takes forever to scale down. Now I'll just put a scroll on this. It's going to be here, scroll, and then horizontal speed. And then have it loop. And then we're going to put a that did not go too well. I'm just going to put a significant amount of space after the message to prevent it from coming up too often. I think I might have reached the limit of space. Yeah, it's not allowing me any more space. That's sad. Oh no, what is it doing? Is there any other filters? I might not have that, to be honest. It's pretty sad, but I've heard that people get on your chat on YouTube, and if you don't answer them right away, it's kind of like 2 or 3 seconds later they just leave. Well, for starters, like, I won't even see your message if I could see it right away anyway. Disregarding the 20-second delay, but I'm actually focused on my work for one, and secondly, the chat's not on this screen. Like, I have to turn my head all the way to the right to that far multi-chat screen. Dock, I should say, for me to be able to see YouTube chatters. So yeah, I'll have you guys know that there are massive streamers out there. Miskif for one. He streams to YouTube simultaneously, and I don't think he pays any attention to YouTube, to be honest. The stream titles probably haven't changed for like a month, so yeah. But I guess when you're that big, you can do anything. I like to keep these little nodes in there because it adds to the authenticity or the realism of the box. These are little cardboard parts that stick to the other side of the box, so it's like a fold out flap. And I'd rather not edit this later on with mask because it gets pretty difficult. basically can't see any chat unless I turn my head. So, and I'm only going to do that like once a minute. So, bear with me. This old EX Sandstorm box was one of the first to be released back in 2003, I think it was, or end of 2002. I'm not sure. I think the EX Ruby and Sapphire era was early 2003. So, but it preceded some, in my opinion and many people's opinions, much better sets that we'll also get to see later on. I think I'll save the best for last. That's not what I wanted to do. Oh my gosh, these handles. Okay. I think this is the only node that I have. Oh, not really. And this music playlist is completely new to me as well. Well, not completely new, but I've listened to a few of them through. It's just I've only streamed with it like once and then listened to a few tracks through before streaming just to get a feel for it. From here we'll just click mask straight away because it basically does what we want it to do, which is create a selection, because we can just select from the mask. And we do want to cut out the one above. We should have been on that layer anyway, so I can basically just copy this and throw it into the new one as well, and there you have it. Just deselect, and yeah, it's pretty rough. I'd say the only thing that's irritating is those dark pixels around there, but we can fix that up by just making a new layer, because we're going to save the PSD anyway, and then rasterize this, and then apply the layer mask. Protect the transparency, that is, don't affect any transparent areas, and we can just paint out that. Pretty much just get rid of those dark pixels along the edge there, and voila. And Bob is your uncle, so they say. And then we'll save out this. You guys can't see what I'm doing, which is good. Security feature of the software screen, whatever it is. The what do they call that? The window capture. So I'm just saving it as a PNG to our folder. 17. So it's going right there, just after EX Ruby and Sapphire base set. And then we can basically close that because the PSD's been saved as well. And then we'll go on to number 27, Legend Maker. And I guess we can start up here on top of the temple here. We're just going to go around this pretty quickly because it's quite a small image. Many people like to use the pen functionality like changes all the time. Many people like to use the term resolution to define an image's dimensions, how big it is, but it's actually incorrect. Resolution refers to the pixel density per unit of measurement, either centimeters or inches or whatever you fancy. For instance, the resolution on screen is usually 72 pixels per inch for most screen images you see, whereas in print they're around 300. Useful tidbit of information for people who care or want to go into graphics design. Now, what's going on here? Okay, that's not actually curves in the box, that's just a temple. Or the monument. Don't know exactly what it is. It's like a shrine of some sort. But yeah, we could probably get that and just hit backspace. Or actually just, I'm not sure how to connect nodes in Photoshop. I'm not sure that you can actually do that easily, so I'm not wanting to learn because it's not a part of this. I mean to say I'm open to learning, just not right now. I should put a node there because it kind of bows. Every one of these boxes bow, either because of their lens distortion or that's the way that they warp naturally on the disc, or the way it's angled. So yeah, this is my Saturday evening. Once again, talking to myself. Feels good, man. Not sure why I want to put nodes out there, because it's basically just a straight flat. And just to clarify, if anyone's watching this VOD back, because no one's actually watching this live, it's very hard to find these images or of this size as well. You guys can't see the size on screen because the dialog box pops up. It's 691 pixels by 856 high. Which doesn't make sense because, wait, no, yes it does. Yeah, 856 higher by 691. It's very hard to find images of this quality on the web because these boxes are so scarce in real life. That I've had to ask the legendary Pokerev for permission. Shoutouts to Pokerev. Once again, I'll probably mention him on every stream because he is so generous to offer us the opportunity to showcase these. You can find all of his box openings on his channel. He's got a whole playlist, I believe 295 videos. And quite a lot of them he opens these very old school boxes. Or some very enthusiastic fans out there. Very lucky people, I must say. The fact is that these booster packs from this one box would have sold out within, well, less than 20 minutes, I would imagine, since he had thousands of people watching. So it doesn't look like I'm going to get any of those little nodules. Can't use the word node because that's basically what they call these parts that you can grab on the curve that you click to set down. And the handles are those direction lines there that indicate where I'm going to be able to put the curve down, or directionality or flow of the curve. It's kind of an 8-bit tune. It's in the wrong playlist. I swear I did not tamper with the playlist. It's just downloaded inside this playlist, so I'll take it. Yes, we have the full IP logo on screen at the moment. There seems not to be a problem with that because it seems to be everywhere online. But in the real world, what is this? Backspace. I don't know how my thumb gets underneath the mouse and then it starts doing all sorts of freaky stuff. Oh, that Pokerev logo and the branding in the background is kind of reminds me of the colours of the national football team, or particularly the one in my state, the West Coast Eagles. Yellow and the blue. So quite a fair bit more defined, I guess. I'm not sure if he's using I think it's because it's been printed using a different color space or color mode. There's a lot of sophisticated terms that define how colors are printed, but even coming down to the brand of the printer, it might not be printing the same blue as the Pokemon logo. The mask, do this, and then we can let's do that. That's cool. We just need to pop it out to a new layer. And then just turn all these off. And you've always got that, the pen there. What do you call that? I forget. The trace, the pen around there. The curves. But then again, you can't say curves because curves is an adjustment in Photoshop. But yeah, it'd be helpful if I could get rid of that because I can't by switching tools. How to get rid of it? Just select another path. I'll click off it. There we go. So basically you can see on screen now, just swap to the paths panel and then just selected it and then clicked away out. That's the annoying thing in Photoshop, it's not straightforward. I don't think they ever fix that. Like, users just got like really frustrated. And I've got to remember to save this kind of like part ways through going around the box because it's even though they're done quite quickly when they're small images, Photoshop has a nasty habit of crashing. So yeah, I saved the PSD, so I'll save this one out as transparent quickly. Done. The file name's already set up for me because I set all that up when I downloaded them. Well, took the screenshots, I should say. So that's it. I don't see anything wrong with that, to be honest. If I did, I would have corrected it before saving it, but there's something weird going on along there, along the edge, but that'll be fun. After all, they're going to sit on a white background, so I should be viewing them on the white background. Getting some color bleed in there, but it actually does that due to like lighting and stuff. It's called indirect illumination. You hear about that when you're doing 3D work, caustics, indirect, radiosity. Yeah, all terms that are just hear it and don't even worry about it. It doesn't mean anything. But I would like to actually get rid of a fair bit of that yellow. The yellowing, so I'm going to just activate the transparency lock, and then we're going to use the tool called the clone source, which basically just copies or samples an area that you define and then just pastes it basically. So you get that same texture happening. Okay. So we definitely don't want that yellow coming across the edge there. That's coming off Rev's banner. I might fix that up. While we're at this, we'll go down to the bottom left hand corner side there. And fix that streak along there. How is my YouTube broadcast going anyway? Says start seeing this video. Yeah. Seems like YouTube just doesn't want to connect. It's pretty sad. Even though I turned it on in. Yeah. Well, everything look like I'm broadcasting out to YouTube. Whoops. Does it have to be reset every time I open my broadcasting something? I'm turning it on now. I'm not sure if it's going to go out there. Oh yeah, here we go. Start streaming. Part 2 of 8. This is a bit late, but okay. Keep that as entertainment. That's the landscape. I'll just wait for it to come up on the other end. Should be coming through. Give it the delay as well. Japanese. Wow. And there you see, it totally like messes up my chat because it just goes back to whatever is reflected on this laptop, the monitor. So if I don't have my broadcasting software up, it basically just takes anything else and pops it into that box. So there's no real fix for a multi-chat overlay. I can't have a multi-chat overlay when it comes to Stream Elements providing it. They just haven't integrated that functionality yet for some reason or another. But if we are live on the tube, which if I keep it on this screen, it's going to affect my output. Still not gone live on YouTube after 20 minutes, 30 minutes. How long have I been live for? 44 minutes and counting. Wow. Just gonna refresh this page. I think in the background you can just hear like the Twitch stream following through, like it's repeating or echoing, like for the last 40 something minutes, because I had the live stream open on Twitch and I could just only hear my voice just now. Jeez Louise. YouTube, you are one tough client. I'm having to like dodge the microphone because it's always in my way. And I can't push it down any further because it's spring loaded. I can only tilt the microphone down further, which kind of makes things more awkward. But I don't know why. I don't want to speak into the front of it because apparently you're not supposed to. But yeah, it doesn't look like we're going to. Just going to check to see if it's playing back in a live videos. No, it's not. That's sus. Well, YouTube, You either want to play or you want to play dirty. I don't know what your problem is. It's just very buggy at the moment, I guess. Yeah, that microphone is way too far in my way. When you've got a small amount of space to play with here, you only can sample a small amount of pixels. It's quite hard to get any sort of differentiation. But so basically this looks as if it was a repeated pattern, which is fine. Especially with much smaller images, you can barely notice it anyway. But if you sample over and over again on a large image from the same spot, you're gonna notice it. I'll just fix this bottom left hand side up. I don't know what's going on there, so I'll just take care of that. I'm going to fix this up because it really annoys me having those black pixels along there. There we go. Cool. Well, I guess I'll find out whether we're on YouTube or not, because I honestly thought I did not look at that stream elements multi-streaming dock down there. Didn't realize that it had toggled off from last time I opened my broadcasting software. I'll keep that in mind in the future, but there goes my entire rant about where I'm sourcing these. Oh well, I'll just download this live VOD from Twitch and upload it there manually. Maybe even edit out some nonsense. So yeah, that's basically how that's going to look in the end with the white background. Save the PSD first, and then we'll rewrite over the top number 27 EX Legend Maker. I'll probably just delete that from there first and then save it again, because I have this distasteful feeling growing up in graphic design school, where they taught me about JPEGs, the file extension most viewers are probably familiar with, the JPG, Joint Photographics Experts Group extension, and they said every time you save that over the top, it loses information. This is a lossy format. Although they didn't say anything about PNG, the portable network graphic. I seem to have that same problem in my head. I think if I save over the PNG, it's going to lose some information, so I just delete them and resave it. Yeah, just to be sure. So, just checking, because I don't like to say the word paranoid, because I'm not paranoid. Got another 4 left for this session. I'm not sure if we're going to get all these done in 8 sessions, but if I do an extra long stream, something like 12 hours, might be able to get, a fair bunch of them done in 12 hours. Something like 30, knock them all out. So with this one, 33, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, this is the ones that I've already gone and done the sharpening on. I was just about to check my notes to see if I need sharpening them, but we're all good. Thank goodness Twitch saves these VODs, because I like to have my rants saved in there. I don't talk to myself for no reason at all. So I will collect the VOD ASAP right after this, no matter if it's 5 to 6 gigabytes for 1 or 2 hours of streaming. I can clearly see that that's not connected. I don't know why. That's probably because my finger is interrupting the mouse. The actual contact of the laser making contact with the surface. Someday, we'll get some internet friends. It's my adaptation of the Linkin Park. Someday, somewhere I belong. I think something happened there. Like puts 2 nodes down. As soon as my finger pops under there, it just goes wild. Now it's hard to, it's really hard to see what's going on in the background there. Excuse me. The back of my palette was very itchy, so I had to massage it with my tongue. It gets itchy sometimes. I think that's going up into that corner there. Just want to see. Yeah, it's kind of like one of those things. Yeah, it comes out. My gosh, my eyes are so dry. Sorry guys, I have this like light there that I'll set to like medium intensity, because I was playing around with it just before I started the Twitch stream. I say Twitch stream because we did not go live to YouTube immediately. YouTube will see the cut version of this, where I found out, there was no YouTube stream. Yeah, I was playing around with the light earlier, and then I've got the standard bedroom light in here. So, good morning, Empress. Good morning on the other side of the world. Good to see you. And your Pikachu emojis. They are from, it's a global emote. Wow, I didn't realize that was a global emote. I wonder how they actually got the rights to. They must have purchased a license or something from Pokemon. Did you get the there's like a whole set of them or something, is there? I like your badge as well. It says in the Stream Elements mod chat, this lovely badge was earned by users who shared. I think I was hovering over it last time. It said something about sheds clips or something in February. Soup. Oh, over here in the Twitch chat. Oh, ramen. That's so cool. It's more like a doodle that somebody put together. Like fan art. Valentine's Day. All the lovers out there. Oh, well, obviously it's the best day to be giving away a love heart type thing. Do they allow you to keep that for forever, or is it just for like a year or something like that, or short time? Spark's annoying. I think I'm obviously like going straight through the middle of the box. Whoops. That's what you get disoriented with when you're super close like that. Yeah, and again, Pokerev's brand in the background there. So the yellow's like kind of blending in with the box. But yeah, I'm going the right way. Banana one from April Fools. Why would they have a banana for April Fools? I don't get that. Oh, that's good. You get to keep them for as long as you like. I guess so. Well, they wouldn't appear in my emote library, I guess, because I'm fairly sure, like, when I hovered over it, it said something like you had to share some clips or something. So it's sort of conditional whether you have it or not. But there's some that I got unique as well. From can't remember when it was. I got them like 3 or 4 years ago, but I can't see them all because I'd have to expand the dock out. But they're called Sir something or other. They're pretty cool. I can't remember how I got them, but yeah, custom. Promote Twitch off platform. How would I do that? Off platform. Like, just make a YouTube video about them or something and just say, Twitch is great, I'm promoting them. Batter up. Channel QA. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of cool what the little GIFs that people can make. GIFs, not GIFs. GIFs. GIF. I'm sure you understand what I'm saying, but the graphics interchange format. There might be like a creative thing in the back of my head, but every time I see people's creativity, it just blows my mind. I'm like, I could never do that, even though I don't actually try. Like, I've tried, but I think some of my stuff stinks from the past. You can see some of my personal stuff on this channel, this business names pixabay.com account. I upload the stuff for free for people to download. All my photography and illustration and graphic design is up there. You're in a clip download that. This is very very. Yeah. Like the clips stay in in your VODs in Twitch at twitch.tv if I'm correct. So yeah. But yeah, I like when you get these random gift subscriptions to other people's channels. Everyone gotta watch Ms. Kif. He averages around 20k 20k viewers, I guess, every stream. Oh, they wanted you to hit the share button. I get it. Easy. Easy. Learn all the Twitch language. I was just saying earlier at the beginning of the stream, because maybe you're still in Twinkle Town. Why am I going up that way? But what was I talking about? I forget. Sorry. I said a lot in the beginning of the stream. Can't quite remember what I was on about, but it'll come back to me. Yeah. I was probably saying how boring this is to watch, but I should be doing this off screen. But oh yeah, I was saying something about how you can now go full screen and see your own chats, but obviously not chat while you're full screen. But I can't see that overlay over here on this screen. It's like really annoying. If only Stream Elements would allow multi-chat to be a little bit more cooperative with OBS, then we could have, it actually embedded on my screen as well as for chat to be going full screen. Whatever. Oh, thank you. I'll just sit here and say nothing then. I'm sure you'll enjoy that. I'm obviously not in response to something you've said, but just generally ignore people. If they're going to be quiet, I'll be quiet, whatever. But nah, I'm not like that. I just need to get like something like 120 of these things done. So I was like, yeah, I might as well broadcast it because this is history. These booster boxes, like this one for instance, was from the, well, you can see there it says Diamond Pearl, the era of Diamond Pearl, the 4th generation of Pokemon, 2010. So yeah, they're all kind of unique in their ways, but for the most part, yeah, these main expansion sets were in my mind, a lot of them were like copies with a little bit of tweaking. Like there wasn't anything unique. The only thing unique was like the EX era. A few sets from Arceus, yeah. A few of them like were definitely unique. A lot of the shiny sets. with the subvaults, but yeah. Do you mean the actual booster box? It's not mine. These are from the legendary Pokerevs openings. My my seeking permissions from him is right here. This is the email that I sent him to his Yahoo. And yeah, just for lurkers in the chat, or those who are going to pop in and say, oh, why are you using his content and trying to get rich off it? No, I did ask. Yeah, I was also saying that before you popped in. Like, I feel really grateful because like he literally opened all of the vintage sets apart from like a few, but that's okay. Like, he just opened so many of them. I was able to find these screenshot stills where they're actually like being popped open and they're just like sitting there as if they're in a store front, like a shop, ready for like, you know, children or in today's world adults to come in and just grab them out of there and start ripping them. And then yeah, I didn't realize I didn't have to pop this onto a new layer. I could just literally save out the PNG straight away. Except I don't want to because I want to be able to check. I've done everything right. Like, there's no color bleed. We're all good. Save that and save this. I was also talking about the security of that. I'm sure you're familiar with the keep forgetting what source this is. The software source, add software. Add window capture, I should say. The privacy features where it doesn't show pop-ups. So you don't see like the save as screen. And it's not showing what's on your local disk. Not that I've got stuff to hide, I just don't want people to see what's inside the business folders and stuff. It's a bit personal. Not personal, but personal corporate. Personally corporate. We need to double check that it's been saved out. Number 33. Did I mention that there's about 120 of these, and the PNGs that I've saved out so far are 5, 6, 13, 26, roughly 30. So we're a fair ways through, but like I would say about 20% of the way through. So we'll close that one because it's done. And then, what the heck? What just happened? Did that just close something? Hang on, I just got to check my notes. Nope. I wrote the ones that I had open because I did some modifications. Like, I enhanced the sharpening. I sharpened up a lot of these before, and I didn't want to sharpen them again when I reopened them, because I have problems like not wanting to stream, or dilly-dally or procrastinate. Yes, I procrastinate, even though the weather's much better now. But it's so much cooler, and I've got no other excuses. I procrastinate. I'm not sure if you're a stranger to procrastination, but yeah, that's when you have something to do, you gotta do it. Anyway, I wrote the number of the booster boxes, and they get their numbers from chronology. That is when the set was released. So this is, for instance, this black and white base set. Black and white. There is no name of set underneath it, so it's base set. Is number 48th released. They call it a main expansion. That's actually a good thing that you're not, to be honest. You get stuff done. That's you're how you were able to find that job as a receptionist. That's pretty good. Not that I wasn't named a what would you call it? I'm lost for words. Something that motivates, a motivator by the words. But yeah, you actually do stuff. Whereas even when I have stuff that I need to get done, because this is going to be a resource to me, a resource, meaning I'll reuse it over and over, I still won't do it. What the heck's happened here? That's what I don't like about this pen tool. Kind of like you can't see where all the handles are, and the curves and the nodes. They kind of just blend in with pixels. Were you up to anything on this fine Saturday morning? I applied for like 500 jobs in a few days. Well, that shows how you're so lucky then. Oh my gosh. The last oh no. That's good to hear. What's your second job? Like a HR manager? Yeah. Dude, this pen tool needs to get. I know I'm using software that's like 13 years old now, but it's Adobe Photoshop CS6. It was the last standalone software before they went subscription based. I actually paid for it outright. I'm guessing I'm just going to stream until I get hungry, because, well, there really isn't like a good time you can just leave a stream and like just say be right back. Like, that's silly, because a video game you can just pause, and this you basically pause it and walk off, but there's no reason for like someone to stick around and watch if the screen is just like still. I don't know. It's different to like streaming RL, where like people can just watch people walk by and stuff. Like, that's fun to watch people watching. Pharmacy tech. I have no idea what that is. Do you even need like qualifications for that? It sure would be. Like most of the higher end jobs. Oh, gosh darn it, like even lower end jobs, like jobs I've got, or most people in retail, I guess, like they expect you to do the job of 2 or 3 people for like minimum wage. Disgusting. But that's the competitive nature of businesses nowadays. They want to pay less and get more bang for their buck. The way of corporate greed. Cut the costs on the income statement to make the bottom line fat. Line their pockets with all the dollars. Yeah, I also did accounting at uni, but so yeah. Pharmacy tech, eh? That's I guess like preparing you as a pharmacist is like dispensing medications. Or if you're in a compound pharmacy, like not quite sure how they do that, but they like crush the medicines, put it together. I guess that's what they call it, but why they call it compound pound, like an alchemist. Probably not. I'm like way off in my my estimations of what's going on there. I have no idea what's happening here. Some of them go down. It's pharmacy tech. I'm basically going pills, type and prescriptions. Okay. So basically like a retail, but specialist retail. Um, ooh. You're probably lucky in New York they don't ask for you actually having like qualifications or anything like that. Oh, you do need to be certified, I guess. I'd probably get certified, to be honest. But there's no harm in actually having, that under your belt on your resume. Yeah, you do get that bonus. Get that bonus. It's a nice look on the resume as well. Everybody else wants you. That's why I got a forklift ticket for a silly retail job that I have. Makes me look good, but and I only have to update it or renew it every 5 years for like 55 Australian dollars, which is nothing. 35 US or something. But yeah. Oh my gosh, dude, my relationship with the pen tool is just non-existent. I do not like this pen tool, and I have not tried it in the. Oh my gosh, I actually should download the the newest versions of Photoshop, like the CC, whatever they call it. They're probably calling it a lot different now, but with the AI included, like they've probably upgraded the pen tool like many times, but probably not. Why is there all these white bits coming off there? I'm going to just pretend like that is one of those little cutout bits that stick to the other side of the lid. Yeah, there's always a bunch of yeah, there's always a bunch of idiots in every workplace that think, oh no, I'm alright. I'm just gonna do the bare minimum. Don't really care. Well, it's not about doing the bare minimum. It's kind of like they just want to get the pay and don't really care. You probably won't get recognised actually in any job in a low level position, like if you go above and beyond, but especially if it's family run business. There's no promotion guaranteed at all. Because they're just there to look after themselves. In fact, I'll share a little thing about this long weekend, given Friday was Good Friday. I'm not exposing my boss at all, I'm just saying that he actually did the right thing by and it's probably not even his fault at all, because he went and paid earlier. Sorry, I got dry eyes because of the light there. So much light overhead. It's like he did put the wages through like on Thursday, I believe. When was it? Yeah, it would have been Thursday at like just after midnight, like 1 o'clock in the morning. But it was just too late. The banks have not processed it, and so apparently we're not going to get paid till like 5 days or something, like later. So like Tuesday next week. It's pretty sad. I don't actually live week to week. Like as you're probably well familiar with me, I live like a very what do you call them? Stingy. Not stingy, but frugal. I live a very frugal lifestyle. Like I tend to just not go out very much at all. I buy relatively like good food and stuff. Like I'll buy salmon stuff to eat, but so I look after myself, but I don't see any need to be like going out, especially on a low income. It's kind of like I'll just set aside a fair amount every week, and this is what all those finance channels out there will teach you. It does, yeah. Especially if you have to live week to week and pay the bills. Like they could pay it a bit earlier, but anyway, all the finance channels out there will teach you just the one principle you need to know, like save a percentage of that. Like what I mean by save is not save it and put it into your bank account. It should be invested, but invested in a smart way, like with prudence, I guess. Like you wouldn't just go out there and just say, oh yeah, that's an investment, I'm gonna throw that at that. Like let's just say crypto, for instance, like one that just listed, ranked 10,000th by market cap. That's not a smart move at all. because those guys are likely scammers who listed it. Just saying. You would do it wisely. So I'll put a small percentage that you could start with. It's like 10%, and then just do that every week if you can. And yeah, that nest egg, it kind of like grows up over time. And then eventually, like, you find that you're retired early. No more working till whatever that retirement age is. Here in Australia, it's like 67 or something. Yeah. Other than that, they say for saving a small percentage of your income would be like in a high interest savings account. So that's different to the check, what you Americans would call a checking account, or we've got the like an everyday transaction account, which you might refer to as checking. That's for like daily transactions every day. And then we have the savings account, and the interest earned on that is like so variable, but yeah, always fluctuates with inflation. And like the cash rate, you guys call it the federal funds rate, I think it is. I forget what the Jerome Powell, the Federal Reserve calls it. Something funds rate. Over here it's called the cash rate. So, and that's the rate which banks lend money at. Anyway, that's your finance lesson for that. Yeah. Our interest rates jumped around from like over the last 4 years from like under 1% up to like 5 with my bank, ING. It jumped to like 5.75% bonus. You had to get some conditions, match the criteria there. So, but if you choose investments right on the financial markets, that is absolutely nothing to what you could realize on the markets. Just saying. We go with that. How does the audio sound over there? I removed something like 4 filters, but unfortunately I had to remove the compressor and the expander. So if I yell for any reason, like it's going to peak and it's going to distort. Yeah. And if I'm speaking too softly, it's going to come through very softly. Oh, that's good. Yeah, because I removed them. Like I disabled them and the free band equalizer and the limiter as well. Because I was trying to get, like, I watched my last stream back and there was a lot of like coming through on the voice. So I was trying to, the only way I can watch my streams back in real time, well, that I know of, without having to go to some other website or some, is actually like without live streaming, of course, and listening to it, is like just recording videos of myself like every 2 minutes and like tweaking and changing parameters or filters on the microphone. And yeah, so that's very time consuming watching them back. Yeah, that was something like 12 days ago or something. 48. that was too long ago, to be honest. I don't know how I've not streamed for 12 days. The excuse me, I got itch in the side of my eye. The temperatures have like dropped from like 31, 30, 29. They've come down. Now during the day, it's like literally this goes hard. Yeah, we're reaching like tops of 21 degrees Celsius today, 23 tomorrow, and then Monday and Tuesday are back up to 28, 24, 22, 23. Obviously they get more unpredictable, hard to determine what they're going to be like after 7 days. Oh yeah, I wouldn't imagine that you would be listening with headphones if you're still in bed or whatever. Well, you know, you're walking around with your phone. It's not. One wouldn't be making breakfast. Oh, you could be if you wanted to connect via Bluetooth. Yeah, this pen tool. Ugh. Oh, I don't even know. Sometimes you just have to click on the little node like once to activate it and continue on. Like, you know, dropping another node. Or sometimes it wants you to control click on the node so you can continue on. I don't know. But I think I might be getting like confused with some other tool or some other pen tool in another program. But yeah, you just generally click on it to reactivate it. That's so weird. Now you can see the side of the booster box. Oh, Rev. Like every video he has the same setup, the same way of popping these down, but it seems like this one was... Oh, this might have been taken from that stream where he opened 3 of them at the same time. So he's had to move this off to the far right. That's why you can see the side of it. Yeah, this was from his black and white series where he like opened them over the course, like the whole series, like 8, 9, 10 booster boxes over 3 live streams, I want to say. So yeah, he opened like 3 on one live stream. The base set and the emerging powers number 2, and I believe it was this one. No, it wasn't, because it goes from 48, 49, 50 obviously. This is 7 sets down the line. Whether there are too many of these sets out there, who knows, but we can't say that for the players, they definitely would not argue with it being too many sets, to be honest. I don't think those who play the TCG, the trading card game, are complaining at all. With a main expansion being released every 3 months, 4 times a year. And then we get 2 special sets, at least. Well, that's the way it has been for the last 4 or 5 years. It's nice because this long weekend, like, I don't need to get up for work or anything like that. so I can literally just keep going. But as you can see, the queue here has like dropped to the last 2. We're going through these like one every 20 minutes, which is pretty good. Better I concentrate on what I'm doing, the faster they're going to get done, obviously. But I didn't think we would get through them so quickly. Probably because I didn't have anyone in the chat for 45 minutes. Yeah, I thought I was live streaming to YouTube simultaneously. What's called a simulcast. But apparently the stream elements multi-streaming dock or panel toggles off anything extra than Twitch horizontal, the default canvas, every time you close the OBS, which is strange. Well, that's what I suspect it did, because I didn't remember toggling off that YouTube default canvas. And then when I went and clicked start streaming, yeah, apparently I was only streaming to Twitch for like 40 minutes, but if I want the whole lot there, including my rant, my extra long rant about how generous Pokerev is, I can just take the VOD from Twitch, which I likely will, and just edit that out and then post it on YouTube. I always have to zoom out because colors are blending. Like, for instance, I don't know what the heck that is. Oh, yeah, that's, sorry, the side of the booster pack on the graphic he's got in the background there. I believe this is his old studio, but you can never tell. Oh, it was a pretty old stream, actually. 2021 or something like that. So I'm thinking it was the old Pokey Cave, he likes to call it. I'm gonna pop, gosh, an extra bit in here because I like to have those little tiny bits hanging off there to indicate that it was popped open. So people clapping. That's what I dislike about those. Not really into like that R&B, like that whole vibe where they're like, mama. Like, it's not even drums, it's just like clapping in the studio or something like that. Click. We've all got our preferences when it comes to music. Just let us know if you have to head off or anything there, Empress, because I might think that you're still there, and then I'm like asking you a question or something. Always courtesy, because especially when you're just like the only human out there. Once you got your coffee and your chocolate, I think that's what you had one morning back last year. Coffee and chocolate is always good. It's called mocha. Mocha. Nothing left. Oh, there is something left, but it's 4 hours, but whatever. Now I'm gonna be up till 2 or 3 in the morning. Uh oh, okay. You like watching on iPad or some where's my cursor on the other screen? Just put it on the bed and watch on iPad. Sucker bricks. Oh yeah, I think that's what you were eating last time. Pop tarts. I don't know how people can watch on their phone. It's like they've got to like orient it, like press the little button so that it goes to landscape view just to actually see anything. But then again, you can't chat once it's in full screen mode. There we go. It's another one done. Number 57. I keep forgetting what to do after I've created the mask. Yeah. Oh, it's actually vector mask, so just I'm confused about like why it's grey because I've only just discovered vector masks, as opposed to a real mask that has like a black and white look to it, I should say. I don't want to like complicate things with someone who doesn't know graphic design or computer science or whatever. But yeah, this software I'm using is called Adobe Photoshop. I'm sure you've heard of it, but I've only just discovered vector masks are pretty cool. I've never used them before, but it does the same thing that I want, and it's one less click. I don't need to select, I just mask it straight away with the vector mask. So I don't need to select, it does the selection for me if I have a mask. And the fact that I think the grey and the white's just there to differentiate it from a standard mask, but it's still a mask. So it's, yeah, I just can click one less time. So it's saving me a split second, which is pretty cool. Alas, it does keep the pen paths around it, and I have to keep clicking away on the paths panel to find if I need to edit the edges, which looks okay. So I saved the PSD and the PNG. Excuse me, before you came to the chat, I was just saying, don't want to put my finger into my mouth, but my palate, which is the roof of your mouth, is itchy. So just massage it. Oops. Hopefully that didn't go on the back, on the other end there. That's done. 57. There we go, plasma freeze. Gosh. I like tackling just a few of these offline as well, because I want to get them done like faster. I've been dilly-dallying for the last 12 days not getting on live. So yeah, this is basically a side project of mine, just for the business, that will be an online thing only. I don't save the resource for like other people to use because I'm not sure if I'm allowed to share it, given the fact that will have like logos and just other IP in it. Planning on also doing the same with, not that I'm holding on to any Magic the Gathering stuff, but kind of it's forming a library of all of the available product that was ever out there. Just for the main expansions, booster boxes, obviously, and for special sets, the ETBs or the Elite Trainer boxes in the Pokemon TCG. But I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to go through and find all of the available Magic stuff. I might just get imagery from like the first few sets of Magic just to show like when it first started. But essentially what it's turning into is a timeline. So I'll put it into the vector software, which you guys can't see on screen, and it's not giving the tooltip either, but it's down there on the taskbar. It should be shown on the top of it. It's called Affinity Designer, but we will be showcasing them all in there at some point. Along with Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game, the new, I call it new because it's 2 or 3 years old now, One Piece card game, and Disney Lorcana, which is also very new. I'm not sure if I'm going to showcase any Dragon Ball Z, old school Dragon Ball Z, or DBS, Dragon Ball Super, or Fusion Mode at this point in time. But just some of the main stuff that is important to me, because I like those TCGs, so people can actually see like how they're released and like when they were released. I can show them whenever chat asks or anything how it comes up. I'm not sure whether I'll just store it as a hidden resource on my site or anything like that, but yeah. There is that very transparent watermark going along there, just so that like people aren't taking this content, because it's, well, it's not mine anyway, but somebody else could be taking screenshots of it or whatever. Not sure why they would, but it's always good to have a watermark across there. That is basically just the URL which you are watching at the moment. You can actually see exactly, I've left the sharpened image in here, or the results of the sharpening, which is that grey layer that you might have noticed in the last file or two. But this is the unsharpened version, and when I turn on the sharpening, you can see the results of it. It's somewhat better, but that's the baked in version. It's on a new layer, obviously, because I don't want to affect the old layer. It's called non-destructive editing. I do ask myself whether this is still more entertaining than watching someone play a video game. But yeah, that's what I was going to get back to. Like, why am I doing this? because I need to. For what I've just said, the library is important to me as the business. Curious Collectibles are... There's one other thing that's important to me before I get back to the Elder Scrolls Marathon that I was playing through before summer came along in Australia. And that is, I want to make my own starting soon screen. I'm not too sure how ambitious I want to get with that, but it looks like I've gotten a bit ambitious in my head. Like, I want every element to be created by myself. I've gone into some other software that I have here called 3ds Max. I think I've ranted about that online before. You probably heard that. Oh, it's yeah, it is kind of important to talk to people. I'm not sure if I'm talking directly to anyone. I'm talking to anyone who wants to listen. But yeah. Oh, that's good to hear. That distortion or whatever that was is gone. But yeah, I think I've talked about 3ds Max previously, and that's related to like my overly ambitious project that I want to get done before I go back to doing the Elder Scrolls Marathon. And hopefully I don't get back to doing the marathon then. Todd Howard's like, yo, releasing the Elder Scrolls 6 tomorrow. And I'm like, oh, stop it. I've taken months to like mess around. But yeah, the starting soon screen, I don't want to be forever branded by or under the banner of owned 3D, because I don't want them to be sponsoring me or look like they're sponsoring me. Or I don't want to be sponsoring them, to be honest. So I've taken it upon myself to make my own starting soon screen. And 3ds Max, I've basically just jumped in there, and I'm thinking, oh yeah, I'm going to create a time clock in 3ds Max and have it animated, and it's going to look so cool, and where I'm going to have that in a room. Do you know like those lo-fi music videos, like their live streams on YouTube? You see when you just want to like chill out, or you have to study, or you're reading a book or something like that, and you just want background music in the background music in the background. And it's lo-fi, and it's called lo-fi chill, something like that. That's the kind of look that I want, but kind of 3D elements and stuff, like something really zany. Didn't realize that's... Who else? I'm not sure. Who else is in chat? Never look at that. Do you mean like the music chats that I was just talking about? Yeah, I kind of want that sort of vibe, but for a starting soon screen. Like, just so that I can get rid of that owned 3D, because every time I go live, I don't want people to think, oh, he's owned by owned 3D. Like, no, I have my own business. Click. So, and I'm quite trained using 3D and 2D software, so I'm fine. I'll make my own, but it might take some time going at it by myself. especially like the higher quality stuff. But it just takes time. But we'll figure something out. We'll figure something out indeed. I just want it to be quickly done before, time's up. I don't have any time to do the Elder Scrolls marathon anymore. But I see that you're pretty busy doing your live stream. I think you streamed earlier today. Was it? I've seen the stories thing. I have no idea how to do stories on Twitch, but maybe just in the back end of the dashboard or something. No, look at my phone. Oh, okay. Oh, is that on your own stream chat? I mean, 3D. It's probably because you have like a plugin or something like that in OBS that you might have authorized. Wow, you're doing four nights a week. That's crazy. Thursday night, that's very risky. If you gotta get up Friday morning. Oh, got something planned for tonight, which is okay, of course, because taking some time off is needed. Okay, done. And turn those off when you're done. Now I just need to check the edges. I don't like that. So I'm just going to paint soft, kind of like airbrush. Some grey on there. People using assets that they're like me, they get a bit sloppy, but hey, I'm like a baby streamer, so I'm allowed to, but if they've been streaming for like a year or two, there's no excuse. You could hire someone from Fiverr or something to do something for you. Oh, nice, you paid for it. That's good. I do not have to get... Huh? So short to stream. Not sure what context that was. I have mandatory. Ah, nice. Touch grass. Those tell you to smell the roses in life, and for some reason I just don't smell the roses because I'm probably gonna get my nose tickled by the thorns. Why is that bleeding over? Oh gosh. I don't want all those extra. I forgot to transparency lock. This is not very important as long as people can tell that this is the Legendary Treasures box. It's all good. Not too often. I'm not sure how often this is going to come out, so basically I could probably use something like this library for Educative YouTube videos, so I might use it fairly often. But yeah, I did tell Poker Rev, but I was using it for a project, but I guess that project is this before I've put them into the library, so I'm sure he'll be fine, because I said I'm going to send him all the files anyway for his own use, or his editor can use them. Wow, this is trippy. It's got like a phaser, goes from left to right. Kind of affects the ears and stuff. It feels weird. Do you hear that on your side? It like goes from left to right. The phaser, I believe it's called. Because when you have audio coming out of one ear, it's called mono. One ear or the other. But when it's coming out of both, it's called stereo. I'm sure you may have seen that. Right there's a mono checkbox in OBS. But not the word stereo. Don't really get many artists using phasers that often. It's a bit of a cheap effect. Well, it's considered cheap, but I don't know. I just think you're unique if you know how to use it and it's done well. That's it for legendary treasures. There were 4 that I omitted, that I did not reopen because I needed to actually apply the sharpening. Yeah, that I had opened earlier, but I closed them all off and I just put down the numbers that I had open and then made note of the ones that needed sharpening from that bunch. But how long have we been live? 2 hours. I'm not really needing to go just yet, but if you're needing to go, then that's fine. Fine by me. If you've got stuff to do. 59. So I might reopen those 4 just to get them done quickly. Excuse me, I've got stuff building up around on my lips there. $57's been saved. 50. Oh gosh, I didn't even have 50. Oh, sorry, legendary treasures with 59. Yeah, derp. So, oh yeah, I just remembered. Oh, it's Saturday. You're working on Saturday? You work on the weekend? Oh, they're so lax. That's so cool. Is lax the word? They're so relaxed. And cool, I guess. Maybe when you get into work, I'll be like, hey, thanks for watching. You guys should subscribe. I mean, on this platform, twitch.tv, just go ahead and click the follow button. Make sure I don't have my follow counter out, but I don't really care because I'm not a beggar. Whatever. 68, 78, 94. don't need to open these specific ones, but that's the ones I had open because I wanted to. Some of them are ETBs, Elite Trainer Boxes. 68, 70, 94. Oh gosh, 94. That vivid voltage. My gosh. Did I just open when I close down the thing? This is a an Elite Trainer Box. Obviously it says down the bottom there, Elite Trainer Box. From the 20th anniversary. You can see the 2 and the 0. They're fairly easy to trace around because they're basically just a rectangular prism with shrink wrap on them. So these weren't sharpened previously, so we can just duplicate the layer, and then I like to convert the smart fills. I know you can't see these menus open up there, but that's just the functionality of the window capture. Gosh, I wish I had a boss who was allowed us to be on the phones. That's so cool. Guess it's as long as it's not distracting you from what you're doing. Counting the pills. I know you're not counting the pills because that's your second job. Wait, did you say you're on the way to your second job? I have a really bad memory, but this is a long time ago. Anyway, I'm really bad. I remember stuff, but I know you're talking about a second job. I might not be working 2 jobs. Child manager. Oh, you're on your way to your second job. Your weekend job. Dude, America's so cool, man, like that. The land of productivity. Offset is not the one we need. Yeah, I was just saying you guys can't see what's in these menus, but this is basically, you can see I have the filter menu open, and I converted for the smart filters, and now I'm just searching through. We have like blur, distort, noise, pixelate, render, sharpen. I'm not using the sharpen menu because I'm using the other high pass filter to get my sharpening. This was taught by Pix Imperfect on YouTube, who has amassed something like 3 million subscribers. Shout outs to that guy. He's also a hard-working guy from India. And then we'll just apply. You also can't see this flyout menu here. This is the blending modes, layer blending modes, and I'm just selecting the linear light blending mode. So I swapped it from normal. You can see them when I think I'm using shift, yeah. So if I press shift, it cycles through them. So I don't need to fly it out. You can just see how they change the layers. So it's changing how these grey pixels react with the pixels underneath. So now that we've got the linear light, that's basically the sharpening process. We did the filter, which was the offset filter. I forget. High pass. Some stuff doesn't come to mind immediately when you're trying to teach. Work at my first job. You got a busy week. I'm impressed that you actually keep that schedule, that streaming schedule for all that, having 2 jobs. So in total you work 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, and then you work the second job as like a casual part-time Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Wow. You're nuts. Yeah, I can do other tutorials, but I'm not really a tutorial channel. Like, I just like to go on and on about it, like, because Photoshop's pretty cool. So you can see the full effect of it from far away. Barely makes a difference when you're so far away from something, but if you, for instance, go all the way out there, like that doesn't really make any difference. But you see the full effect obviously when it's full screen. So yeah, haven't done that. Then we can I just use the hotkey to pretty much just merge all of the underlying layers. Then we can just use this layer as it's merged. And then, yeah, I'm not sure why that's coming out like that, but whatever, take it. Don't want to take too long with this one. For some reason my laptop I'm streaming off. Yes, I'm streaming off a laptop. Because again I'm frugal. I can't be bothered by upgrading the PC to like a high-end workstation type thing. Especially right with this environment that I'm living in. Don't want to buy stuff when you're living in somebody else's place. Especially how groggy the place is. Yeah, I was just saying that this laptop like overheats big time. And that's the reason why I couldn't stream during the summer, because it was just being crazy. Probably the chemicals that are coming off it, and like the risk of, you know what, during the summer. Because even with the noise suppression filter, like the fans still show through. The fans will still, you know. Oh my gosh. You can still hear them in the background. I think I've gone on and on about that in the past. Wow, you're such a trooper. I think that's when I said to you, oh, you might as well take it up as a side hustle or something like that. You're like taking it seriously. I'll have to pop into one of your streams, like when you're next tomorrow, Sunday evening is going to be my Monday morning, which is not good. Oh, actually, come to think of it, you're probably right. Because I wasn't playing music, it was just game audio or something, and even then went quiet sometimes. You're probably right. Especially when you're not actually having to listen to like a game or anything. But I don't know, I just think that it's unnecessary audio for like something professional. Or if you're going to save it out as like a VOD or something, like upload it to YouTube, it's just not professional. Especially if it drowns out your voice as well. Starting to build remind me what we were talking about? Because, again, like, I jump from topic to topic, like, really quickly. 5 topics in the time span of, like, a minute. You can see how meticulous you can get with this, but it's just not necessary, depending on your end use. Like, if I was doing this for, like, marketing this product out as my own company or something, and say if I was working for Pokemon, I would have done a huge better job, but I can't say that I'm not doing a good job, but get the point. Oh gosh, that light. It's so bright. Like, you can turn it down like that, but then you don't get good shadow. I think like the brighter it is, like the stronger the shadow is on this side. I'm not sure how that works. So I'm supposed to like, I know you said you did photography as well, but like I should know how lighting works. Because I went to uni and did like games, art and design, and they taught us all about it. Light. Yeah. Let's see. Like there's photons obviously bouncing around in the room, but yeah. Hmm. What is going on here? Oh yeah, these things, these ETBs, they tend to like curve down in the middle there. Interesting fact. Like you'll probably see some real life ones one day. Obviously not real because it's an inanimate thing, but get what I mean? Some real samples. If not, you can just go to your local Walmart or the Target and see on the shelves. What were you talking about? You said that last statement. It's starting to build. Was that in reference to like the amount of work that you have per week or something? What is going on back there? This is weird because like the plastic takes on like reflection or something. Reflection. It's not something I want to sit and edit out either on these ETBs. I might literally like do something like 5 of these off stream as well, to be honest, because I'm not sure if I'm going to get all of them done 8 streams. Where did this start? Oops. Are you taking me on the train with you? Oh, that's nice. Gosh, I wish I had 60, whatever you've got now, 60, 70 followers. But you're an affiliate, so. Oh gosh, I better be quiet. There's a whole one here. Your co-worker's hearing me. Shh. Can they hear me? That's so weird. Hello to the people at Empress's Em's workplace. Oh, thank goodness. You don't have to interact with your co-workers. That's pretty cool. Because if we did that at work, because we're front facing, like customers and stuff. You know, it's retail, a retail shop. You have to, you know, take the headphones off after a certain time. Can't be walking around with headphones on. All of a sudden, someone comes up. Oh, hello. What is going on there? Anyway, that's it. I've had enough with this one. Looks good, man. Whoops. Still got a path on there. That's what the entire curve is called, a path. I was like, what is it called? And it's right there, paths, on the paths panel. Gosh, I hope I'm not distracting you from your work either. But if I was, then, you know, you'd simply just turn it off. Oh, I thought you meant like these, like actual over-ear headphones. We'd call those earbuds down here. Like even the AirPods are probably cord earbuds, the ones you stick in. And those are also noticeable in the work I do. I don't like this blue bleed at all. That's a bit frustrating. What we can do here is something cool. If I can remember how to do this, it's going to be an adjustment layer. So something like saturation, and then take the saturation out of the image, and then this is a pretty cool thing. Actually invert. So Control I, invert that, and then just paint it back in using the white. So like, that's the way layer masks work. A mask basically hides stuff, so black is basically hiding and white is revealing. And now you don't have to watch Piximperfect on YouTube. I'm basically just hiding, or I'm desaturating these pixels, so I'm not destroying everything by painting over it. I'm just desaturating, so taking the blue out of there. You don't want to do that everywhere because there is actually saturation in there. That's why I've gone and only desaturated it to like the -86% order, whatever the slider units of measurement that is. But I will tell you that, well, you've done photography before, so you know that there's color bleed from the lighting in here, and it looks a little bit warmer. I'm saying that there's red. There is a certain amount of red on this front face of this ETB here. Okay, it could be blue. I don't know. I know it certainly looks cooler up there from his background. Anyway, that's about it. We could do the same over here, I guess. Take the yellow out of there. Leave some yellow in there because it gives that dimensionality to it, just not the front part. We can leave it on the fringe, I guess. So we can go ahead and... Actually, that was risky, pressing that X button, because it's caused the software to crash many times. Me doing that. The hotkey for swapping the foreground and background color. But yeah, I think it was more the D key that forced the foreground and background color to reset to black and white. Yeah. Anyway. when you did photography, did you use this software at all back in the day? That's what I wonder. If you're listening. Well, I know you are because you got the earbuds in. Save that. And then save this. 70. I should really grab some dinner because it's like 9:10 now. Ah, yes. The old light room. Oh gosh. Oh, so this is like a kind of a refresher, I guess. But more like a, oh gosh, everything's coming back to me right now. It's like, gosh, is it Sinead O'Connor? It's all coming back to me now. Oh, Adobe Lightroom. My cousin's husband uses that because I wouldn't say that he was like a professional photographer, but he was doing journalism. So obviously that's like a side skill or something that, you know, goes on his resume. And the more he knows, the better. Obviously, the more employed he is. But he was like an aficionado of Adobe Lightroom. And I was like, I don't see any point in using Adobe Lightroom when you've got those tools in Adobe Photoshop. It might be a bit of a different workflow, like to get the same effect, but that's Adobe Photoshop. I feel like Adobe Lightroom was like a kind of a plugin rather than a separate software. But they always have this extra software because they want to sell something more, like just additional revenue to them. These are some in the TCG. These are like very hated sets. I chose these because, well, we have to trace around the majority of them. This is not really one of those hated sets. Oh my gosh, I left the overlay, the YouTube overlay on top of this. This definitely is not a hated set. Oh, it was when it first came out, but Breakthrough, not really, but this one, the Pikachu Vivid Voltage set from Sword and Shield. This one was released in 2021. And yeah, we all have fond memories of how much was printed. Yep, it was pretty simple. It was quite simple. That's what I mean by those processes that are used in there could basically be done in Photoshop anyway. So if you had Photoshop, there's no need to have Lightroom. I think it just took the best, like the most common features that photographers needed, and had it all wrapped up in one package. Actually, I'm not even sure if Lightroom is still around, like whether Adobe is still trying to sell it today, but I wouldn't say so. Because I'm not sure how you charge a subscription for something that was pretty useless. Oops. You might ask why I don't use any other selection tools to get this clip. It's simply that I don't want to rely on their inadequacies and having to use more than one of them at the same time to get the effect I need, or to get the results I need, that is, and then have to go back and clean it all up. I'd rather just get it done right the first time. That's why I just stick with the pen tool. The pen tool has always been lauded as the go-to tool to get selections done. Not necessarily with like human subjects who have hair, like flowing hair, and just single strands of hair flowing out over the face, and you have to select that. No, that's not a good pen tool. Definitely isn't a good tool to use for that sort of thing. For these hard surface things, definitely is. I think if I was gonna do like a just chatting stream or whatever in the distant future, like I might attempt to like just, or I might use the fan as background or something if I haven't got my own place, and you know, quiet, cool aircon button. I think I haven't gone through the summertime here like a couple of years in a row. Not a couple of years, but this year, and then when I was living here last time. But I know how it is, so I might actually pick up like a solution to it for this summer. If I don't, then something else has to be arranged. Definitely not hungry though, because I can't remember what time I ate lunch, but I must have had a good lunch. I had like chicken and salad, some strange salad. It was like gherkins that you get in the glass jar, organic gherkins, and some tomato, and what else? What did I shove in that thing? Spinach and cheese and just whatever. Whatever I had bought from the shop after the Good Friday. Because you go down the shop like before you even eat breakfast and you just buy like everything. You know what they say, don't go to the shop on a empty stomach. Because you just end up buying stuff that you wouldn't really have bought. I can't tell if those are like the little cardboard parts that we need. I guess I'll just keep it coming off the top here. I think these playlists go for something like 6 hours or something. Well, this particular one does not tell me. Not sure how to XSPF information. No, it's not telling me. Yeah, some of them are like solid 6 hours. But I've been streaming for 2 hours now. 2 hours 37 Pickles are good. Love pickles. Like you can just sit there and like snack on them, which is pretty cool. 2,500. We've gone through. Well, again, they're all shuffled up, so I'll probably count like 40 tracks there. And then we still have a couple hundred left. What's it, like a solid 8 hours? Wait, they're like 2 minutes. 2 minutes and 10 or something on average. Yeah. Oh gosh, I'm not gonna. Yes, I am. Gonna go around most of that. And then just leave it there. What's this? The vivid voltage. Stop the vivid voltage. Wait. If I'm using up all your data on your phone, that's no good. I'm gonna end the stream pretty soon. Right after this one. My palate is really itchy again, and I'm gonna sneeze. Excuse me. Thank you. Oh. Bless me. There's different connotations depending on who you are, what you believe. What are you doing now? This isn't your reception job. This is your weekend job, and is this the pharmacy tech? Sorry, my short-term memory. You might have just told me like 10 minutes ago as well. Pharmacy tech. Get rid of that. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. For a minute there, I just saw computer training. I was like, IT? So I guess it's like not that important if you know how to use a computer. The bits and bytes. You should be the one teaching them how to use computers. Wait, oh my gosh, is that rude? This Zarude. This is the featured Pokemon on the booster box. Apart from the Pika down the bottom there, of course. The fat, massive, whatever they called it, the not Gigantamax, Dynamaxed Pokemon, where they're like gigantic, but then Gigantamax is a different form as well. This was the so-called gimmick of the Sword and Shield era. Each era had its gimmicks. I guess like a a game mechanic that drew people in. Just remembering all the hotkeys for this pen tool. I'm actually teaching myself how to use Photoshop again. But I used the pen tool a lot back in 2008 when I was in graphic design school, Cert 3, Cert 4. And never used it a lot when I was doing games art and design. For games art and design, we basically, used a stylus, of course, a graphics tablet with a pen, and we just used the whole brush tool and did a lot of concept art and stuff, which is pretty cool, but nobody wants to watch that. Well, they will watch it once you get big, but getting big on Twitch is a problem. Hey, you seem to have the algorithm sorted though. Boop, 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 boop. I'm just gonna, oh my gosh, dude, on that end bit, and I want to drag that. Yeah, actually, ugh, God. I just want another one in there. Not sure why I really care at this level. There we go. That will do. Okay, get that in there. Not sure what that shape button will do, but I think it just causes the path to fill with pixels in this software, and then keeps the vector path on the outside, and then calls it a shape. Yeah, get a lot of color bleed as well. Plugging? What's plugging? Sorry for my omniscience. I have no idea. Like, I've learnt all this Twitch chat by watching Miskiff, like binge watching Miskiff. Like, he's live on YouTube and Twitch simultaneously in Japan, and I've just learnt all the Twitch language, like the whole WW win XDD well, LMAO is standard universal, but LOL is obviously a LOL W, KEK W. But I haven't heard the term plugging. I just keep Oh, you've getting into Discord? I have no idea, because I'm so small. I've heard that Discord is cool and like people hang out there, but like, what is it to be used for? I don't know. Like, what is its purpose? Who knows? It's like a chat room or something like that. I mean, we can chat here. That's pretty cool if you can get like your side hustle stuff done while your employer is like paying you to do work for them. It's like, yeah, boss, yeah, I'm doing your work, but I'm also achieving my own goals. Oh yeah, I thought so. So like interacting with them but not being on cam. Could also just have like a Reddit page for that sort of thing as well. I think Reddit's kind of dying out now. I just get that vibe. Or generally it's probably not a optimized tool for that sort of purpose. Whoops. I just realized that I don't have a... Oh, it's okay because it's been masked. I was going to say, it's actually being masked, like I'm painting over the edge of the booster box because the pixels that are going over the edge of it are just being hidden. That black stuff's okay because it's kind of like showing the shadow around the side there. Cool. And that's Vivid Voltage, the 4th set in the Sword and Shield era. Bit of a... How about we look back on it, a letdown. But not really, because they don't give us stuff that they did back in those booster boxes today in the Scarlet and Violet era. I might actually just do these last two off stream because I'm going to get some stuff to eat before going to sleep. And yeah, excuse me, my nose is running. And yeah, because well, it's Chilling Rain and XY Breakthrough. Just going to save this out before I forget if it's saved out or not. Saved. 94. All right. Hey, thanks as always for popping in and seeing me here, and I'll attempt to come see your streams. What's that game you're reading? Something Dogma or some. I could see you on the side pane, but I was like, yeah. I was just too busy with YouTube and whatnot, and just you stream like a lot of eclectic games, like there are not eclectic, but like lesser known games, less popular, I guess. But like that's your unique standpoint. Most people go for like Fortnite, League of Legends, and I heard that that's just not the way to go. To get a follow, like just follow the masses. Dragon's Dogma. Yeah, like that one game I popped in. I can't remember what it was, but anyway, it looked pretty cool. Yeah, I'll pop in soon. Anyway, enjoy your day at work and whatnot. See if there's any lurkers. Probably not. Yeah, it makes it easier to get found those sorts. Yeah, especially if you can find like deals and stuff, or it's just games that you dug up from the past and you're replaying them. But most people don't like if you've played a game. It's kind of like they want to know, is it your first time playing this? Because otherwise, it's just not worth you playing. It's so boring. You already know what you're doing. Like me with Morrowind. Sag. Baldur's Gate. That's a classic. Anyway. Yeah. Have a good one. I shall see you on the next one. That's what PokerRev says it, by the way, but I'll attempt to be streaming pretty soon. Hopefully not when you're streaming. Anyway, because then I'll have no company. Alright. Ciao. I'm going to put the ending scene on. Catch you soon.